One of the things that made me think about this is when I would come home and watch Bob Ross on PBS painting the pictures, or when I would watch Michael Jordan and all these Kobe Bryant and all these inspiring people when I was growing up, Mike Tyson, right, or just Michael Jackson, anybody that I can think of. I like all the artwork on the wall.
A few people you mentioned are up there. So yeah, there's a few.
But when I was thinking about that, it just brings me back to technique. How much of life is truly technique, and that is one of the biggest secrets I've learned. When I was going through one of the roughest times of my life a few years ago, I had just turned 30, and I was feeling so depressed, bro. And I had just moved into my house that I've been in for a few years in Beverly Hills, right? Slashes. I got it from Slash from Guns N' Roses. You know, all of my neighbors are, Vanna White is my neighbor. I'm like talking like this was like, to me, this was like my dream. This is my dream neighborhood, right? And I was in the worst condition of my life, bro. I felt like it was just too hard for me to even get through the day. I felt like...
How did you get there? Why did it get there? After all of this envisioning, focus, inner work, how did it get there?
You know why I got there? Because I lost touch with it a little bit. Not just because of that. I burned myself out. I wasn't paying attention to what myself was saying to me. I was doing it for all different other reasons. I need to do this show. I need to do 5 shows so I can get this money, take care of this person, and do it for this. Oh, my management, everybody is expecting me. I got people who are on my payrolls. I'm like, I'm putting everybody before me.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to balance work and work because there's a work that you do for your career and there's a work that you do for yourself.
Yes.
No one ever taught me that because no one knew. No one knew. No one knew. Like, this is something that my dad didn't know. This is something my mom didn't know. Their mentality is you work as hard as you can, you work as hard as you can. So I come from a place where it's like, you got to keep the foot on their necks. You got to keep going hard. You don't want to lose your opportunity.
Yeah.
That was my thinking. But really, I had already had it.
Yeah.
I already have it. So now to take it to another place, I got to take care of myself so I can bring my best self to the table. And it's something that life forced me to do. It's something that life forced me to do, man. And I had to stop everything I was doing and completely fall back, bro. Completely fall back from looking at things about me, from being online, completely fall back from all the obligations I had to do, performances, money I was losing. Like, it was just like I had to fall back from everything and take some time. I got into the technique of loving myself, bro. Bringing it back to the point I said earlier, when I would look at Bob Ross and Michael Jordan, it's all technique. So much of life is technique. What you do is technique because I had to get into the technique of loving myself. I had to really make sure that I put myself as a priority. My meditations came before anything. Me writing down my intentions, every day or every other day, or, writing my thoughts down, like that was a priority to me. Spending time for myself, being out in nature, right? Working. I started taking care of myself more, working out. That's something I never did. I gained 30 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, we got to show like a before and after.
Yeah. We'll get it for this.
Crazy.
Part.
I used to look totally different. It changed me for the better, and it's built my strength up. It's given me more strength to deal with things when they don't go my way. Before, it would tear me down. Before, I used to let people's opinions about me really affect me.
Yeah, same.
And now it's like, what am I even thinking right now? You know what I mean? It's crazy how we can look and see a comment that's like, I love you, I appreciate you, you changed my life, amazing. Man, this guy sucks. And we'd be like, man, this dude just said I suck. I'm doing something wrong, It's crazy how our mind immediately goes there because our ego.
Yeah.
Or maybe because something else, but I think it's just that ego.
It is.
Yeah. But I had to get into the technique of loving myself, man, for real.
But what I respect about you is it took courage to get there, but then it takes courage to go deep again.
Oh yeah.
And so it took courage for you to break through and get in front of Kanye and build your career, and then to be at the top and to be at a point where it's like, oh wow, like there's so much opportunity, and to then go, oh wait, I need to do the work.
I need to do the work.
That takes even more courage, because now you have something to lose. And that's I respect that a lot, because I think when I work with people and I meet people who are crushing it, it's like when you're crushing it and then you go, no, wait a minute, I still need to get this right. That shows an even deeper level of courage and insight. And the fact that you were able to take that step back, yeah.
Because it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing journey, right? I had no choice. For me, it was, I couldn't get through the day without feeling terrible. And when you get to that point where it's hard for you to just do anything, I knew my perspective was off. I knew I did, and I sought therapy too. I saw a therapist. I was spiritually working on myself, and it was just the perspective, bro. I used to look at things like, oh, I gotta do this today. I gotta do this. I gotta do this podcast. Oh man, I'm like overwhelmed. But now it's like, I don't gotta do that. I get to do it. I get to do this. I get to live this. I get to wake up, man, and see this. Well, we lost Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
We lost, my mom's best friend just died. I've lost people close to me.
Yeah.
And they don't get to wake up.
No.
And they leave behind kids, they leave behind a life, right? And I almost felt like I was being selfish because I was not living in the moment. You're never living in the moment when you're thinking about what you have to do. You're only living in the moment when you're enjoying each moment, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that I've learned, dog, is like holding on to grudges. That's not living in love. You know what I'm saying? Like, love doesn't hold grudges. You hold on to grudges. Your ego holds on to grudges. Like, you got to just move with love and live in the moment. And when you do, everything is a pleasure. Even if it's a lot, even if you can't get it all done, even if you're like, I didn't even get to that today, it's like, at least you're here, though.
I love that switch of what you said from I've got to do this to I get to do this. That's a beautiful switch in the mindset, man. I think so many of us are always, I've got to do this next. I think that is such a great, I'm going to remember that forever. Like,
I hope so. I hope people really understand that, because even if you're down bad, to everybody who's down bad right now, who's watching this, who has no money, right? Even if you don't have even if you're homeless, right? Even if it's the worst situation, you don't have a cent to your name, but somehow you're seeing this, just remember that this is your opportunity. Every situation is an opportunity, and you don't got to do more work than the next man. You get to do more work than the next man. You get to take advantage of your opportunity and see a spectrum that people don't get to see. You get to live out the levels of life that people don't get to see. People don't get to see the bottom sometimes. Some people are born into wealth and happiness, and they don't have to. You get to struggle. You get to be stronger. You get to lift that weight, and you'll have strong enough muscles to climb the mountain and be the master of your life. So I'm letting you know, like, you got what it takes. You got it.
Yeah, I love that. And you get to be more compassionate and empathetic, because when you've been there, now when you rise, you're able to love and be compassionate to other people's pain. Because you were there.
Yeah.
And you get more empathy. And that's such a gift in life, I feel, to feel compassion to that degree is a huge gift, because you've been there, you know what it feels like. And
that only comes from experience.
Totally. And to have that is a gift in and of itself. And I love that you use the word techniques. I think that's such a beautiful juxtaposition between technique and love, because people often think love is just fluid and fluffy and but you're spot on. It's a science and a spirituality. It's both. It's strategic and sincere. It's both, right? Like, I feel we live in this world where I was talking about it with a friend today, and I was saying that the human mind needs to get better at entertaining the idea that two opposites or two things that you think are opposite actually is where the magic happens. So like when you say love is a technique, people go, no, love can't be a technique, because it just has to be, pure and flowing. But actually it starts as a technique.
Yes.
And then it transcends.
Yeah.